Friday, night day, chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my soul, that's a good vibe. Hoping it's the right people chillin' inside. If they ain't, then I'll dip straight out to sight. Don't even try, I just do me and I still be fly. Okay, we gon' see it's jumping, it ain't too crowded. Music is bumping, hit that, do my dance, that for a minute. Millie rock, hands still spinning. Crisscross, pop for a second. Now I'm chillin'. Just grab your line, now hit that. G where it's at, we in there. Where is the Navy address? We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. We bout to hit the kickback, yeah. Hand me the Navy address, yeah. We bout to hit.
Alright, y'all, welcome to our other segment. This is the Talk and Smoke segment. Just give it up for yourselves real fast.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in this segment, we pretty much give everybody a view of what's going on in the cigar shop. And we don't just sit around here and joke around and bullshit. We really talk real life issues. We really talk about what's going on. And so we get a few things happen this week, but one that really stuck out for me was the situation at Homewood Flossmoor High School, right, that happened this week. And it could get a little, it could get a little race, so be careful with your comments. And it involved race. So some Caucasian kids did a blackface video, right? Went viral, started this whole movement where kids walked out of HF, and they created a walkout in some other schools as well, right? Schools are dealing with racial issues. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about it. But let's start off. So I'm a guy. So let's talk about, have we as a people made it okay to clown our race, or to say nigga and different things like that? Have we made it? Can we take some of the blame for what happened? Come on, Jay.
I would say definitely yes, especially with the language. Calling each other nigga, whatever. I mean, honestly, you can flip it and say it's a term of endearment towards each other, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, it's deep. It has a deep-rooted meaning behind it. And with that being said, I mean that it shouldn't be done, but we do it anyway. As far as like clowning our race, me personally, I hate when we always have to chuck and jive when we're on TV. We always got and all that. I mean, do it take all that? It don't take all that, but that's all you see. Like, I used to love watching Down Home with the Nillies cooking show. I love cooking, so I used to watch a lot of cooking shows. And every episode, man, they shucking and jiving, and I'm like, man, do it take all that? And it's not just them. It's a lot of us that does it. And I think it makes people look at us in a different aspect. I think if we just did what we needed to do, kept it 100 and move on with it, I think they'll start looking at us in a different aspect than what they look at us now.
Okay,
I think we have been too nice on this subject. I got kids that went to marriage, and they didn't pull blackface at marriage. They pulled other little stuff at marriage. They try to intimidate the kids at marriage. I got a kid. He 240 pounds, so they didn't pull shit on him, but they'll pull it on that little cat. And as a parent, as a race of people, we have let shit slide that we shouldn't be letting shit slide. It wasn't just that it was several instances this week, not just that Homewood Flossmoor incident. A kid asked his date to prom and used some bullshit disrespecting black people. The white kid did that. And you're talking about it is a trickle down thing from Kevin's boy to Trump. Kevin Boy has really proliferated this. Well, it's your boy. He's your man. But the hatred in society is increasing, and we are not, you know, we was doing the little marches, but little marches don't do anything. You know, we sit up and tear up our own communities because somebody got killed or whatever, but that doesn't solve the problem. And we have to seriously dive into this topic because this is affecting kids. Kids are killing themselves and shit.
Yeah. Come on, Cam.
Let's talk about Homewood Flossmoor in particular. I grew up out there, right? I didn't grow up in Homewood, I grew up in Harvard. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference, but I'm about to tie it in. This has been going on for years. For those of you that don't know at Homewood Flossmoor, this has been going on for years. Every once in a while, there's an incident that they remind you they don't really fuck with you out there. Now, back in the day, in the 80s, where I played ball, right? I played ball for Thornton Township High School. When you sit on the crowd in the crowd is alumni, they're boosters, right? The boosters are the parents. In high school, these are the parents of alumni and members. Back then in the 80s, there were a lot of parents that were calling black people out of their name. Kids, us, calling black people out of their names in the stands. It was never addressed over the PA system or whatever because that was Homewood Flossmoor. And they let you know that they ain't really messing with you. Nowadays, there are a lot more blacks in Homewood, not Flossmoor. There are a lot of blacks in Homewood. So now your kids go to Homewood Flossmoor, right? The racial issue has always been a problem at Homewood Flossmoor. And every once in a while, there's an incident. The problem was the incidents now are public because of social media and all that. They did the dummy and put it on video. But there's been many an incident at Homewood Flossmoor. Some get publicized, some get squashed. So you don't know about it. This has been going on for years at Homewood Flossmoor. For those of you that don't know, this is not new for people that grew up on it. It's not new at all. So for those kids to say I didn't understand what blackface was, yet you put on blackface.
So you knew what
You knew what the hell it was. Y'all smart as hell at Homewood Flossmoor. You know what the hell blackface is. And the guy had on one of the dudes had on a Homewood Flossmoor sweatshirt. Now, even though it was done off campus, now it's on the school and the organization. Because now you got kids walking out. That's what they're doing now. They're walking out. Now it's on the administration. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do to these kids now? How are you gonna handle it? Because now people are watching. That shit was on CNN. So now they watching. How are you as the administration gonna handle that? How's your district gonna handle it? How's Homewood Flossmoor gonna handle that? It's still racial shit that's out there. And like I said, there's more blacks in Homewood now than there's ever been. It's a couple more in Flossmoor now than it's ever been. So now, but your kids are going there now. So now, it ain't never, the racial aspect ain't never went away at Homewood Flossmoor.
Well, I have, I guess, a comment and a question. First of all, I don't condone what they did at all. Right? Not at all. But George Jefferson, Richard Pryor, other comedians, other people use hunky. Every other white racist word that they use. Is it a double standard that we get upset? But
going there.
But it's okay.
I want to go there.
For them, what's the guy from Seinfeld that did the rant?
Yeah.
But we as comedians or whoever use hunky and this and that. And please don't, I'm not tripping, but I disagree with you when you said that marching didn't do anything. We sitting in this establishment right now because of marching.
Well, you know,
We have jobs that we have because of marching. We go to the schools that we go to or we went to or the colleges because of marching. And people getting beat up fast. So it did do a whole lot. A whole lot.
I'm a lot like Kevin when he says, what are they going to do about the situation? Because just a couple of years ago, we had a young black lady at HF who they said because of a poem that she did talking about the black struggle of women, and they said it was too much, and they told her she can't go to prom, They told us she can't walk across the stage for her graduation.
And the meeting.
She used the N-word. And this is a black girl.
Yeah.
So now when you're saying this young black girl can't do this and that because of the stuff that she said, now I want to see what the repercussions are going to be for these 3 white young men because of what they did. Because this one thing that a lot of people don't know about HF right now, their administration is black.
Now it is.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
It wasn't back in the day.
but this was only a couple years ago I'm talking about
No.
with this young lady,
Yeah.
and I believe their administration has been there for a few years. So if you're gonna do this to this young lady who is your own, what you gonna do to these kids? Because if you don't do nothing, now you really set a precedent.
Wow, they gonna do that.
They've already
They
said
got
that.
it.
So that
They've
got
already
it.
said the precedent. And they don't have to, just like the young lady who was in college and her roommate was using a toothbrush in the toilet. Nothing happened. Nothing. And then I'm sorry. I don't like hunky, I don't like cracker, I don't like nigga, whether it's ER or GA. I don't like it, period. I don't like it for us to say it, because if we say it, then the people that are around us, well, if they say it, why can't we say it? Absolutely not. It's a derogatory word. It has bad meaning, bad roots, and it shouldn't be tolerated, period. There is no okay with it. It's no, I don't care about the rappers, none of that. All that is garbage being filtered into our children's heads and minds, and that's what they're producing. That's what they come out their mouth with. From the teacher who says, the principal, she has a dress code for the parents to come up to their kids. Absolutely, absolutely. And if you mad, why you mad? Put some clothes on. It's okay for your kids to go to school like that? Absolutely not. You got to come up there looking like you rolled straight out the bed. You look a mess. Get yourself together before you walk out the door. That starts at home from when you were a kid. Period. I don't care if you are going to the grocery store. Ain't no rollers, ain't no bonnets, none of that. My daughter tried to walk the dog with a bonnet on her head. I lost my mind. Absolutely not. Take that off.
I want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
I am so tired. I'm sorry, women. I'm rolling in the car or I'm in the store and I see that bonnet on. I despise that.
Absolutely.
I will choke my daughter out
Absolutely.
if she come outside with a bonnet on.
Choke out.
So that's a great point, and then going back to what Tony said, the double standard, because we have as a people, even though we weren't the comedians saying it, but we laugh at it, we joke about it. Let's go to Fresh Prince, Carlton, right? Carlton dance like, as they say, the white people, and we make fun of it. But then when they turn around and do it to us, we get offended. We get offended, and then we ready to go crazy. Like I said, the comedian from Seinfeld, when he did it, as many black comedians that have joked and clowned white people. When a white guy did it, people were upset.
Because black people don't have power, bro. Black people can't oppress nobody.
Okay, let's break it.
But see, here's the thing, man. Y'all talking in general, man. Y'all talking in general. The issue is home with Flossmoor. There's been racial episodes at Marian Catholic. There's been racial episode at Marist. There's been racial episodes a lot of these schools, man. And so you gotta look at where it's coming from. These are high school kids. Let's say they're white kids. But there are high school kids that's getting this from somewhere, and they think it's okay, right, to talk about other races. Like I said, this is happening at Marist, this is happening at Marian Catholic, man. It's now home with Flossmoor because it was on video. This has been happening at home with Flossmoor. For any of you that grew up out there, this has been happening.
Right,
but now on social media.
But Kev, the question is, the question is, if we run around saying, "What up, nigga? What up, my nigga?"
You should stop.
You know, and this, that, and other, and our pants sagging, and we run around holding our nuts and you know, acting a fool, and then, like, where's the self-accountability? Like, we get upset about it. We do, but what part do we play in it? There's a part we play in.
I don't think those guys get upset. I don't think those people that constantly use the word nigga all the time get upset. Because they think it, how do you say nigga is a term of endearment? It's a fucking slave term. Those guys don't get upset because they use it all the time. I have conversations with y'all all the time. I say, bro, really? You using that, bro? Because I'm trying to let my people know we need to stop. If we don't stop, how do you expect them? How do you expect little Jimmy to stop? Because because now Jimmy think it's cool. Because we ain't got the kids that fight like we used to fight.
What about the white boys who going to school with grade 8 and we ain't following that?
You know what?
So we argue and nitpick what we want to nitpick.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
When we're not picking a whole. First of all, we need to pick ourselves.
Right.
We're not gonna get better worrying about what everybody else thinks. We have to do better ourselves, as starting with the men by leading examples.
Right.
We have to lead examples. Whether when we have free time, go mentor somebody, go talk to them. I know it's hard to talk to these little young boys now, but believe it or not, a lot of them will listen. A lot of them will listen. Yeah, nigga is wrong. I say it all the time. I'll be first to tell you. I say it all the time.
I don't say it in front of white folks.
No, I don't either. But my wife get on me about saying it, period. My friend keep getting on me about saying it. But it is what it is. Okay. I'm trying to stop, but I can't. Alright. But
Don't say you can't. Say you won't.
I won't. Okay, I won't. Alright. And am I right? No. Am I wrong? I don't feel that either. No. I don't.
But where are the kids in the high schools getting it from? They ain't necessarily listening to their black friends. All of it ain't coming from listening to their
It
black
ain't just their
friends.
parents, they getting it from the radio, they getting it from the TV, they getting it from everywhere. Everything around them say it's okay to do this.
So it's okay to film a video with blackface. And then you say, well, we didn't really understand blackface.
You understood.
But you got it from somewhere. Because you got it from somewhere in order to do it. And you
Yeah,
thought it was funny doing it.
Politics. I know what to say. They in trouble now. They know what to say. I didn't know what I was doing.
And we have to take into account that these younger kids are not as in tune with slavery and things that were going on during those times.
Because they talk about that at all.
Because they don't talk about it,
Nah.
right?
But yeah, you
Remember, in school, we used to have to watch Roots.
Right.
Damn near every year, you have to watch Roots. Every year you have to watch Roots, do a report on it and things like that. These kids are not as in tune because society is telling them, and we're part of it, that it's cool.
But I can't buy that because my thing is, if you made a conscious effort to put on blackface, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You didn't pull that out the air and be like, you know what? I'm just put some black makeup on my face and go out here and go through drive-thrus and call people niggas because it just sounds like a good idea.
They mentioned to me.
It came from somewhere, and I'm gonna go out on the limb and tell you, a lot of this is coming from our leadership, not just in the schools, not just at the jobs, in the world. The president.
Well, you got a president that okays white nationalism.
Right.
That's just facts.
But
Now, we can sugarcoat it if you want.
Right.
He okays white nationalism. And if you notice, since he's been in office, there's been a lot of racial episodes. I'm not saying it just started with him, but I'm saying there's been there's an uprise going on right now with white nationalism because they feel empowered now. We got somebody that's in our corner in the White House. He's not condoning, he's not reprimanding it, he's not doing none of that. He's responding on it because people force him to respond on it. They be like, man, you gotta say something. You're the president, you gotta say something. He's not doing it out of
Would you feel the same way if a group of black kids painted their face white and went out and danced and said, hey dude, hey, and the whole shit, would we feel the same way when we scold our kids for doing it?
Yes.
We would, because a lot of us won't. We should, but we won't. Because, why wouldn't you? Because because respect is earned, it's not given.
You saying.
Respect is earned, it's not given.
You saying.
But we can't keep feeling entitled because of what happened in the past. I understand, I know slavery, I get it, man, and I know we have not even dove deep into what slavery, I hate when people even use the word, like when Kanye and them use the word slavery. Like, right, we talking about people who were raped and killed and were treated just like shit. And we'll use the term slavery. The people who were really involved with slavery would get a right arm to have the shit that we had. Right? So there's a part that we play in this.
You caught your son.
That is true.
Like you said. Oh, God. Let's flip the script. Some black kids
It won't
doing a
happen.
video.
It won't
One of them
happen.
is your son.
But it won't
And he's
happen.
in the video doing, let's flip the script.
It
Same
is
thing.
never
You
happened.
go the fuck off on your son.
But I tell you what's
You
worse.
involved.
I tell you what's worse than a black kid putting on a white face and let it go viral. It's a black kid that walks around with his pants sagging, with his fucking hair nappy, that can't speak proper grammar. That's worse than him putting a white face on. Because you got other smaller kids or younger kids that's looking at that think that's cool. Urban wasn't cool. Carter wasn't cool.
Right.
But the thug, old dog, them guys are cool to us. That's the problem. It is
a problem.
It's wrong to go get good grades now. Man, you a nerd. You a nerd, man. You a virgin. You know, why you walk around with 4 damn kids at 19? But I'm a nerd. That's a problem, man. It is.
So,
Oh, it's,
one of the problems also, you know, you're saying, where did the kids get this from? What was that book, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? The word nigger is in there, can you, really? It's in there 200 times. So, finally, they banned the book in 2011. A lot of high schools chose to ban the book because it took all this time for them to realize that the word nigger is, I hate to say that, is offensive. So it's like their kid gets this book and they have to read it. And they're like, why do I have to read this book? Mom, this book has the word nigger in it 200 times. So, you know, you go back to the 1800s, and the term nigger actually came from Spain because of the dark-skinned Negro over there. And it was an offensive term that they continued to use, and then it just spread like wildfire. So I raise my kids, don't say that word. If you say that word, you get your damn face slapped. I mean, my brothers, my kids, whoever. It's offensive to me. It's just a horrible thing to say. You know, just don't say the word. Don't embrace it. Don't say this is what we own. No, it's not. I am a black woman. Do not refer to me as the N-word. You know, but it's just, you know, the whole thing, it's in school. And this is something that the kids had to read. And they like, oh, it's okay, it's in this book. Hey, what's up, my nigger? No, excuse me.
no, okay, wait, let's go to James. Let's go to James real quick.
I'm sitting there thinking, and I can't remember offhand it was a recent incident where a politician just got in trouble for some language he was using. And they asked him, you know, why would you make those type of comments? He said, why wouldn't I? All those words I use are in the U.S. dictionary. They're all in the dictionary. And so his basis is because there are actual words that's in the dictionary that we can go look up. He has the right to use them. Now, if you take that same terminology, if you take that same angle, you take the average white family or what have you, and they look at them like, oh, well, it's in the dictionary, you should be able to use it in free language. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's wrong, they're going to justify it because it's in the dictionary. Because, yeah, bitch, nigga.
Well, even on top of that, though, it still goes back to we use it.
True.
Right?
And that's why they put it up in there.
We use it strong, right? I remember one of the funniest episodes of Sanford and Son that was when they were in the courtroom and Fred Sanford said, it's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie. And the crowd cracked up. And everybody laughed. I laughed. I did. No, but so let's really dive into the self-accountability part of it. Like, what part have we played in the telling people it's okay? Because, like I say, if I see you doing it, then I think I can do it. Call a Hispanic a spick and watch what the fuck happens. Call an Asian a chink and watch what happens. They don't run around and be like, what up, my chink?
Right.
What up, my spick? What up? You know, we the ones that do it. So, where do we play the part, and how do we teach our kids to go a different route? Somebody dive in.
Well, you know, as I listened to all the comments around the room, everybody said what the problem is. Nobody in this room has offered any type of solutions.
Stop.
Because it's more than just stop. You can't just say stop. You
Stop.
can
Stop
tell
drinking.
somebody to stop drinking or whatever, but it's a solution that needs to be put in play for this to stop. And nobody puts in a solution. Everybody points at the problem, but there is no solution.
Bro.
So basically what we need to do is start, what is the solution to stop this madness?
Bro, I used to say nigga. I used to say it. And then one day somebody said, no, you don't realize that's fucked up. And one day I realized that I'm fucking being stupid and I stopped. And I ain't used that word at all in probably 15 years.
So again, that is what I am saying.
Okay.
The solution. What is the solution?
Just stop.
That's just
It's
you.
easy to stop.
That's just you. We talking about a nation, a world,
Right.
the entire earth.
And it has become a part of
Exactly.
hip hop culture as
So
well.
how do we
It's
stop
become
it?
a part of culture.
But that's why it's an addiction.
In a man.
Because it became
So you saying you can't stop?
It's not about me. We talking about a nation, bro. You in this small little box. You need to start thinking bigger.
I'm not.
And it's you talking about referring to yourself. I'm talking about a nation. How do we stop a nation? Not yourself.
I just said somebody talked to me about it, right? And I stopped.
That's
How-
you. And that's you.
Kev.
That's
Honestly, how many
you.
times have I slid in? What's up with that word, Kev?
I'm talking about a nation, not a
Okay,
nation.
hold on.
bro.
That's not, come on.
You think a small man can
Hold on, man. Come on.
Like just piggybacking off what you said, when you watch say like the younger generation, when they say a word, we say a word, however you want to do it, we're trying to take it like we're gonna take control of that word. We gotta get to the situation where somebody say, "What's up, my nigga?" You gotta like not even respond. Be like, "No, dude, don't even talk to me like that. Way address me different." And when people see you're not gonna respond to that, then they gotta talk to you different. We gotta let everybody know it's not okay. I can sit back and say, my kids, that word we don't use in my house. If you go to my wife's parents' house, I came in one day and I said it. My guy called me on the phone and I said, "My nigga, what's up?" We've been together like 20 years. Her father looked at me and said, "What did you just say?" I said, "I told my nigga on the phone." He said, "Out my house." I said, "Wait, slow down." He went crazy because he was back from his slavery time. Out the house, I had drinks and shit. He was off the table and shit, throwing shit out my house. You cannot use that word in this house. And I talked to him. I said, "What is going on?" He said, same like you said, "Do you understand?" I said, "Well, he said, "No." He said, "In my house, it does not happen. When you go in the house now, do not say that word. We have to take, like say, ownership. If you say that to somebody, like I said, you gotta be like, man, you hear me talking to my nigga? Dude, don't address me that way. Address me as my brother, my something else, and keep moving."
But we're also talking about it from amongst each other. So, right? So what these kids at home with Flossmore, and I'm not taking up for them at all. Not one bit. I'm saying if they're on the outside looking in, and they see me address Kev, "What up, my nigga?" You know, and that's how we addressing each other and we going back and forth. Do we blame them or do we jump down their throat for saying it?
We should if we do it to ourselves.
Because we're doing it to ourselves,
Exactly.
right?
We feeling-
Let's talk. We gotta get back to self accountability. Like, what parts have we played? Because every one of us, NWA, right? Niggas with attitude, and we screamed it and we hollered it and we went on about it, on and on and on, and we were proud to say it. So now, other races are saying it, and it's an issue.
Now,
But you guys don't think that these high school kids that are 15, 16, 14, 17, whatever it is, you think that they put on blackface because they heard the black kids in the school saying nigga?
Maybe.
You think they actually went and put on blackface because they
Maybe
thought
they
it was okay?
did. They don't know the meaning of blackface, Kev. They don't really get the meaning of blackface.
They might not
Aunt
get the
Jemima,
meaning, but they
you had a whole brand that was created. Aunt Jemima syrup. Like you had a whole brand that was created off that.
Yes.
They didn't look at it as offensive.
But they might not get the meaning really of blackface. But I guarantee you, they know it's offensive. And I guarantee you, they know what it was.
I don't think they always realize it's
friends.
offensive. So I disagree. I don't think they look at it as offensive. They look at it as it's a terminology. It's what
You
they
think
say.
they put on blackface?
I gotta
You thought
disagree
that they
with you,
didn't think that was offensive?
This isolated event, it is no way in hell that anybody could say that they did not know what the hell they were talking about
exactly.
putting on that blackface.
No.
Okay, now as far as the word and all of that, yeah, we can go back and forth. But as far as that blackface, they can't say they didn't know the meaning of it because you had to find out what it was.
I'll tell you where he got it from. Remember, what was it? Gucci. Gucci had a sweater. It was a turtleneck.
Yeah.
It came above their face, and it was a black face with the red lips, the whole nine. That's where they got it from. If they didn't know what it meant, that's when they knew what it meant.
They knew it was offensive.
The senator just did that, what, 3 months ago? Came out in blackface at a party?
Yeah, but that was when he was in college.
Well, that was the judge that claimed it wasn't him. That was
Okay, hold on. We got Lisa. Lisa got a comment.
So, blackface started like in the 1800s, where white comedians would put the black on their face and make fun of black people. And it started there. So then from there, you went to Abraham Lincoln when he gave his great speech. And a lot of people might not even be aware of this today, but he actually used the N-word in his speech several times. Even though he freed slaves, he used that word. So it's right there. History is right there in your face. It's like a learning. You learn about this word. Okay, so should I use it? Should I do blackface? I mean, because in the 1800s it was cool and nobody was penalized. So why can't I do blackface? It's wrong.
But a lot of
It's
it,
wrong. So
a lot of
you have to.
it because we allow it, and by allowing it, it makes them think it's okay. Like if you look at the whole, what was that Gucci situation? A lot of us were up in arms, but you still got celebrities out there like Floyd Mayweather. It's like, I don't care. I'm still gonna buy it because I like it. And when you have somebody with that much influence that says we don't care, we gonna stand, we gonna allow them to keep doing this. He's an influence in the whole younger generation to be like, oh, I don't care about it either.
Okay, now back to the double standards. Dave Chappelle on many white faces. Eddie Murphy did whiteface on Saturday Night Live and Coming to America.
The Wayans brothers.
Right, but that's funny. But when they do it to us, we up in arms. Why is it?
Why? Tony's right though. Tony's right, but it is still offensive when you make fun of another race.
It's offensive.
It's offensive, and like he said, it's a double standard. It's okay if they do it and we laugh, but no, realistically, it's not okay. Like even listening to Richard Pryor when I was a kid and everything he did, it's funny. But then when you get older, you realize no, that isn't cool. So even what Ben made a valuable point, saying what can we do as a nation, because it needs to start there. You know, something, but what can you do? I don't know.
Well, the problem is now it's become a part of the culture, right? It's become a part of the culture to say nigga, to say, to use these words that are offensive, and and I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. Like I said, I don't agree with what they did. I think it was terrible what they did, but a white kid trying to imitate a black person, just say Halloween. What do you think they're gonna do? They gonna put on black face, they're gonna be dark, right? And then they can imitate us. So say you want to dress up as 50 Cent. Say you're a little white kid, I want to be 50 Cent today. What they gonna do?
Can't be white. That's what
They gonna put on black makeup, and then we're gonna get offended. And they may be a fan of 50. They may be like, I'm cool with black people, but this is what I'm doing. So where does the line get drawn?
I think honestly what people are missing though is this was a premeditated act. They all got together, they all thought about it, they all implemented a plan, and they executed it.
Put it on video.
And put it on video. It was all premeditated. So my thing is this: if it was something accidental, you know what I'm saying, where let's just say I'm walking one way, Jackie walking the other way, and actually accidentally tripped and she broke her leg, and it was a big uproar saying that I broke her leg purposely. No, you can see it was an accident. But this was premeditated. It should be handled differently.
But it's still premeditated as white kids because just like our younger generation don't understand the meaning of that word or how offensive it is, why should we expect younger white kids to understand?
They won't, because what you got to understand, our culture, our race is so infectious with any other race or culture that is out. I'll give you a prime example. Today I went to the shoe store to pick up some shoes.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't have turned around, I would have thought that the young guy behind me was a black kid. He's a little Italian young dude, and not looking, I'm thinking that's a black kid behind me. Our culture, the music, the lifestyle, everything that we do is infectious in this world. From the way we buy shoes, the way we wear our hair, the way we talk, everything about us, whether it's New York, LA, Chicago, wherever it is, we are infectious to every other race, and they want to emulate us because right now, we got so much going on right now.
Yes,
So if they want to emulate us, right? You said that, you used that word. If we stop, what they gonna emulate? Right?
This wasn't an emulating.
No, this is not. But I'm just talking in general about the N-word and our culture.
Yeah.
That was that was all fucked up. But our culture, our music, you can drive down the street and you'll look over in the car and you'll see a little white girl bumping Jay-Z, everything, kicking it in the car.
R&B.
We are infectious.
I lived in Minnesota 17 years, and in Minnesota it's a melting pot.
Yeah.
They're Asians, but they're monks. They're called monks. They use nigga more than us. They call each other that. The Semites. They call each. You can walk through North America and think you looking at black kids. It's Asians, it's Somalians. They all call each other, my nigga, what up, nigga, this, nigga, that, nigga, that. I'm not saying it's right.
Right. I'm not saying anything.
But in my head,
our culture is strong.
We'll hear an Asian person call, they call each other niggas, we'll hear Hispanics calling each other niggas because they've embraced our culture, but we don't say nothing to them. When a white kid says it, then it's a problem.
I don't know, I ain't heard one put it around me.
Oh, I've heard that. Let me back up. I was a juvenile.
I ain't a nice
The
guy.
kids that did this, let's focus on this. The kids that did that, you don't think that some of that comes from the home? So they didn't go to home with Flossmore and start listening to their black classmates and said, you know what, y'all, the three of us, we're gonna go do a video and we're gonna wear blackface because we heard them say the word nigga or they listen to rap music or they whatever. Some of this had to come from somewhere else. And I venture to say, they grew up and they're listening to their parents. They're listening to conversations that their parents' friends had in front of them.
Not necessarily
So,
true, kid.
It might not be necessarily true. It might not be necessarily true.
What if
but
your
all of it
girl starts selling drugs right now? You can sell drugs.
All of it.
Did she get it from you?
Listen, all of it. I chose not to do the drugs.
Did she get it from you?
But listen.
No,
all of
she
that did not come from them going to Homewood Flossmore. And they listen to their black friends and they say, you know what, we're gonna go do a video and we're gonna wear blackface. Because we heard our classmates saying the word nigga.
You know,
A lot of that, they grew up with that, bro. Now whether we want to admit that or not, they grew up with that.
They don't respect not one black kid in their school. They ain't scared of them. They don't give a shit about it. When I went to Thornridge was 65% white. Ain't never pull that shit. Because everybody in Thornridge, every black kid in Thornridge was the hard.
Don't think that they not scared.
Back in the 80s.
They ain't scared.
Don't think that they ain't scared. They was doing all this stuff in the car where they was mobile. If they was walking around with blackface, they'd have got their ass whooped. So they was in the car where they was mobile when they could get away.
And I know majority of them,
There's no way.
a lot of them, even the white ones, I'm from bad neighborhoods. It ain't all good. Their parents didn't get out. Now, so they still scared, believe that. They still scared.
They wouldn't pull it if they scared.
So,
Of course, if they want a safe environment.
I think that all
Kevin was speaking about in the 80s. Now, I went to Immaculate Heart of Mary. And my niece, when she was a senior in 1984, 83, 84, they have a senior lounge, just exclusively for the seniors. So, one day, there was a big sign, and notice it said, no niggers allowed in the senior lounge. And then they put a noose. They drew a noose and put it on the paper. And so, it ended up, what did they do? They suspended the 3 girls, but they still got to graduate and walk across the stage, so they only suspended them for 3 days. But it was like, wow, this is happening here, this is happening now. I mean, and back then I think maybe it was like 2 African American kids per class. So just to feel that uncomfortable and uneasy, like, man, this is what they're doing in the senior lounge, right? No niggas. I went home, I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to the school anymore.
What school was it?
Immaculate Heart of Mary. It was a private school. And that's what they did. And so one other thing I want to say, how Ben made a point was if people walking, they scared. So we had an incident, I think maybe about a month ago. It was me, my son, and my daughter, and we had went out to breakfast. And so Xavier went to get the car. And as he's pulling around to pick me up, a white guy's walking by. And he just gave my son a dirty look and said, what the F you looking at, nigga? And so my son pulled over, and then dude took off running. And my son, he didn't hesitate. He chased that guy down and was like, if you ever use that word again, I will F you up. But my concern was, I was trying to restrain my son because I said, you black, you'll probably be the one that go to jail. I said, so please, let's go. But it just upset me so because he just picking me up. And dude just hollering.
Being around black people listening to the word nigga, where do you think that came from? This mentality, where you think that came from?
I don't know where it came from. Because
I'm asking.
But the topic,
But what do you think
well, we was talking about accountability though, right?
Right, we talking about accountability.
We're talking about accountability. You keep going. I give 2 shits of what was going on in their home, the white people home. I don't care what's going on there. We should be teaching our kids better.
But it's a lot.
We should be teaching our kids
But
to
it's
not
some of where it came from, man.
Hold on.
Them kids at home with Flossmore didn't get that from going to home with Flossmore hanging around black people. That came from somewhere.
How do you know that?
We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
But you're assuming it came from their home. So is it
You assuming that it came from home with Flossmore.
is it being disrespectful or is it imitation?
This ain't imitation. That was disrespectful. This ain't imitating black
For
people.
us it is, but for them, what they imitating or what they being purposely disrespectful.
They were being purposely
You know,
disrespectful.
it could be a little bit of both. We can go
Yeah, imitating black people, putting on a
That's
damn black face.
both sides of the fence because we use the words and
Come on,
the
man.
way we act, it's out there. But some things are in the home, and then some things you learn when you go to high school and you get with a group of individuals. You may not have been raised this way, but this is how your friends rock. So now you're part of this little group and this clique. You're right. So now you start to act that way. So it's not always from home. It's who you hang with and how your mind is shaped once you become a young adult and you get out there.
I'm not saying it's always from home, and I'm not saying it definitely came from home. Please hear me out. But what I'm saying is, in my opinion, I don't think it came from, I go to home with Flossmore, and now when I hit 15, 16, I'm gonna make a video with my guys in blackface. Because I got it from hanging around my black friends, my black classmates at home with Flossmore, and I heard them say the word nigga a lot. So why don't we make a video, and I'm gonna put on blackface, and we're gonna
Yeah,
video.
but blackface, the actual painting of a black face. It's hard to hold younger people responsible when it has been downplayed. It's been downplayed. It has been downplayed. They don't look at it like we know in slavery times what blackface meant, right?
Yes.
We know when they did that what that meant. Are these younger? If you aren't taught that, and I want to be like 50 Cent, or I want to be like, the rappers. I want to be Michael Jordan. How do I look like one of them without painting my face blackface? Because they may not see it from that disrespectful slavery term. I'm telling you, you gotta dig a little bit.
Y'all don't think
Come on, James.
disrespectful?
Speak real quick. Hold on, James.
Like you said, how do I look like that? They take their ass to tanning salons, they get sprayed tan, They do a lot of things to darken their skin.
Yep.
You know, I mean, literally darken their skin. And I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example of something. Good friend of mine. Her name is Farrah. She was one of the replacement members of Destiny's Child. Okay. She was fair skinned just like Beyonce was, thicker than Beyonce. But Matthew Knowles had a problem with that because he wanted Beyonce to stand out. So you know what he did to her? He kept trying to darken her skin, kept her ass on a strict ass diet where she could lose weight so she could be thinner, so Beyonce could be thicker. And because of all that, she got real sick and she was like, you know what, enough is enough, and that's why she left. You know, my thing is this, we're not looking at the underlying picture of what they're doing to look like, because they're doing it every day. You go past any tanning salon right now, and guarantee it's packed. Every booth is packed.
But are we assuming that tanning salon means I'm trying to be black, or that I'm trying not to be pale?
Okay, so there was a thing called black power, which I'm proud to be black, and they had white power. I'm proud to be white, but now you're not so proud to be white because now your ass trying to look like us.
Okay, so let's dive into that before we end the segment. Let's dive into that. It's okay for us to say black power all the time, right? It's fine, right? Nobody got an issue with that. If somebody stand up and scream black power, but when somebody stand up and scream white power,
It's the same thing.
But here's
it's
the
a problem.
difference.
It's viewed
White
totally different.
White power is hatred.
Totally different.
White power is hatred.
But why is that?
Why is that? Because they oppress us.
You gotta ask
Ain't no 15-year-old oppressed you. Ain't no little 15-year-old oppressed you.
My point is, a 15-year-old got it from somewhere, and it wasn't just around their black classes.
You know,
We can keep skipping over this if y'all want to.
We're going to keep the segment going, because I'm
telling y'all,
loving it.
You saying, hold on for a second, you saying ain't no 15-year-old oppressed a black child.
No.
When a black child, he killed this motherfucking self. Because he's
bullied
feeling,
in school.
he's feeling bullied in school, so
Mission accomplished.
shit.
Suicide is not just a black thing, bro.
That's
It's not. It's not a black thing.
And I'm giving you an example. You walking down the street right now. On one side of the street is 6 young black boys with their hats cocked, their pants sagging, and on the other side, same 6 white boys dressed the same way. What side you feel safe on?
Neither one.
Now you're a damn lie. You
Right.
feel you're white boys.
But no, real
Listen,
talk.
I got some of my best friends are white. You got bad white folks. You got bad black folks.
That's true.
All right.
That's true.
That's the world we live in. That ain't gonna never change.
So tell me, here's the difference.
We can go through
In our minds, when we see that situation, 6 black kids that call it what you want, we'll call it gangbanging or whatever, and 6 white kids on the other side doing the same thing. We don't call that gangbanging for some reason. So we more worried about them 6 black kids robbing us. We ain't worried about them 6 white kids robbing us. But it's not. But here's the thing. Society has put that in our heads. This is what the black kids do.
I'm gonna prove it to you.
Go ahead.
When you get successful and you growing up and you start making a decent amount of money, and you got children, especially daughters, you gonna stay in that black community? Or you gonna move over to the white folks at? You gonna move to the white folks
I'm
at?
still at Harvey, baby.
And that's unfortunate.
I like to live.
But I mean, all jokes aside, that's the truth. You make money, you gonna upgrade. You don't want your daughter having to walk past 30 people just to get into her apartment because they all hanging out front. All right? We change neighborhoods. We change communities. Not all of us. There's a lot of good brothers and sisters out there. There is.
It's a society thing. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example with that. I had an officer that I just represented. This was like maybe a few months ago. Okay. He has a tattoo that says straight pride on his forearm. Okay? Straight pride.
That's a problem.
Real talk. I swear to God, this just happened. So you had a gay person that came through their checkpoint, saw straight pride tattoo, and reported him. They were about to try to terminate him. And I'm like, oh, please do so we can let this EEO case on you motherfuckers, because he's representing what he stands up for. I said, you got a million motherfuckers running around here right now with that rainbow flag on their forearm, because they are gay, they gay pride, whatever, they're probably gay. He's probably straight. So you tell me that man can't be proud to be straight or gay, and this man can't be proud to be straight? Really? Come on.
So have we, in a sense, done the same thing? Because we could say black business. We could say historical black college. Let a college say historical white college.
They don't have to say it because they are.
It's not about what's understood. It's sometimes how it's presented. Because if you say it's not a business that I will start or I've ever started, I don't call myself a black business. I never do. Because it's business. And business means I'm gonna take everybody's money, and anybody who you like my product, you are more than welcome to do it. But have we separated ourselves by saying I'm gonna put a big sign of black owned business?
We do.
But why can I say black owned business, but the little white boy can't say white owned?
We only do that for the money.
Yeah.
We only
No,
say
we
black.
didn't.
We do that to get the support of the black community.
Hold on, not just the support of the black community, the funds that's out there for black owned jobs or minority jobs.
You can put on the application, but you don't have to advertise it as that.
True.
What's the sandwich shop that say they black?
You don't have to.
And I never seen a black person in it.
You don't have to.
Towards flavors. You ever seen a black person in towards flavors?
Taurus?
Yeah. I ain't never seen a black person in towards flavors.
Taurus, you go to
I'm talking about behind. I'm not talking about the work. They say they black owned. I don't know what they are, but they ain't black.
You know what? Piggybacking on what he said. You might not initially say, hey, I'm opening, I'm a black owned business. But you're gonna promote it as a black owned business because you want the black support.
Why would I do that? I wouldn't do
You
it.
might not do it. I'm saying a lot of black owners that open businesses, it doesn't say black owned, whatever it is, right? Cigar shop, whatever it is. It doesn't say black owned, right? But you're gonna promote it like it's black owned because you want the support from the black community. Hey, I'm a black owned business, come support me, right?
But the
You're gonna
question
promote
is,
it as a black
why are
owned
you
business.
promoting is that because
Because
if I'm not black and you're promoting it as a black owned business, I'm gonna feel like I'm not welcome.
But
I'm gonna feel like I'm not welcome because this is black. But we can't.
You're not gonna put that on yourself.
But we can't sit here on one side and say it's okay for me to represent my shit. But when you rep your shit, it's wrong.
you gotta understand this when it comes to that. When you have a black owner that owns that business, like say for me, for instance, I might, if I own a business and I put it out there on Facebook that I got a black owned business, most of my Facebook friends and followers are black. Now, out as far as publicly, I may not say it's a black owned business, but what I'm doing is, if I got a cigar shop, I want my people to come to this cigar shop knowing that it's a black owned business, because then they may bypass, live in South Suburbs, so say Tobacco Plus. They may bypass Tobacco Plus to come to me because I'm a black owned business. But at the end of the day, publicly,
you're promoting it that way, correct?
I'm promoting it that way on my social media because I know
It don't mean it's right though.
but
it don't mean it's right.
it's not. But it's not wrong.
Okay.
Well, it's not wrong either for that white man to say white owned.
You're talking about when somebody says black power, when somebody says white power, when somebody says straight pride. Them are racist individuals when they come say because they directly going at gay people. That's why he put straight pride on his arm. He's directly saying something because he has a problem with gay people. If you straight, it's like somebody who put their name on their arm. I know my fucking name. Why am I gonna put it on my arm?
I gotta tell you,
Right. I ain't gotta tell you I'm straight.
I don't have a problem with gay people, but I do have a problem with the laws that they do have. For an example, if two men live together, one of them, they go get insurance for each other.
Right.
Where if this is not my wife, I can't get insurance for her. Huh?
But here's the thing with that.
So,
Your sexual orientation, crazy enough as it is a protected class. Y'all two being straight, that's not protected. But being gay, that's a protected class. So I can't discriminate on them because they're gay. But if I decide, oh, they straight, Like if I'm a gay man and I'm like, I'm just gonna hire gay people, they not gonna say nothing to me.
And he has that right.
And he has that right.
Right. They all have the right. But at what point do we Martin Luther King preached equality, right? The I Have a Dream speech spoke on blacks and whites being together. It did not speak on us separating ourselves. So where I'm going with it is, you can't separate yourself and then expect to be treated in the same manner. Like you gotta pick a side. You can't say black pride and then turn around and the white people don't support you, or somebody say white pride, I got an issue with it. So you're in a country right now, and the position I'm in my job, I work directly with human resources, right? I work directly with them. A lot of times, people with degrees from historical black colleges will get overlooked over someone with a degree from Michigan State, or Stanford or Purdue.
Yeah.
The world is not all black. The world is not all black. So we have to stop separating ourselves. We can do what the fuck we want to do because we black. We gonna do this, but then expect everyone to accept it, and then we can't let them represent their shit.
Right.
And
You can't do it. That's reality.
Piggybacking on the pride thing, if the guy from South Bend gets president, it ain't gonna be a first lady. It's gonna be a first lady. America will never let that happen. So
What are you talking about? Chicago just let it happen.
I was gonna throw that
You
out.
said America never was gonna have a black president.
Chicago just let it happen.
Chicago's not America.
Hey, Chicago is one.
There will never be a first dude in
Okay.
the White House. Just trying to tell you.
All right, y'all. We got to end this segment. But okay, real quick, Lisa. Come on.
Okay, so white power is what the white supremacists use, and they preach hate. So black power was a movement in the 1960s and the 70s for equality. So there is a difference. I'm just saying.
But do you realize all those groups you're speaking of don't speak hate? You gotta really dig into it. They all do not speak hate, whether you think it or not.
White supremacists do speak hate.
No, not white supremacists. You said someone says white power. That's not necessarily you have to
Really?
like it is. No, I'm serious. Like you gotta really research it and stop looking at it from the theory is white power means I'm a racist. No, because you can't say I say black power means I hate white people.
Because black people can't hate.
Why we can't hate?
Because
Bullshit.
Hold on, you don't understand the
That's
word.
bullshit.
Hold on, you have to understand the word
We
hate.
hate on each other. Right.
That ain't hate.
That's
Everybody.
facts.
No. White people
Raise your glasses, we go on all
All right, y'all, we're gonna continue with it on raise your glass, raise your glass, raise
Raise
your
your
glass.
glasses. Topic we can go all day long, but raise your glasses, put your smoke in the air.
Hey, shout out to Humidor in Loud 1600 Ogden. This is a great place. Please come out. We appreciate you guys' hospitality. And until the next episode, and do not forget Cigar Music Fest 2019, Saturday, August 17th, and we will be rewarding all the Chicago Cigar Mall tickets to the Music Fest this year, along with DJ Squirrel, who will be on the table. Glad you're there. Until next time.
Then I'll be straight up to say, don't even try. I just do me and I still be fly. Okay, we gon' see it's jumping. It ain't too crowded. Music is bumping. Hit that, yeah. Do my dance, that for a minute. Millie rock, hands still spinning. Crisscross, pop every second. Now I'm chillin'. Grab your line, I hit that. G where it's at, we in there. Where is the neck? The